What's up, Cakers? Welcome to another episode of Still Cakin. We're your hosts, the Dowdies. The beautiful queen is driving again this episode. I'm loving this. I don't got to do all the driving. A brother could get used to this one. What's the topic for today, my love?
Here's the driving question that I want to do.
I see what you did there. Driving, you're driving.
I want to know
what turns you on. That's a good one. So I could be all that and more.
Stop for it. Cat, I would like to know why or how do different personalities, how do they benefit a relationship or a marriage? How do different personalities benefit a relationship or a marriage?
Do you think that we have different personalities?
I do. I so do. Or, more importantly, what are some things that each of us does that ticks us off, that grinds our gears? And what are some things that each of us does that we love?
Okay.
Because clearly, if two people are exactly the same, I personally don't think that it brings any adventure, if you will, to the relationship. That's my personal opinion.
Oh, we're gonna unpack all of this.
If you and I were totally the same, we would be bored out of our minds.
Why? Why would we be bored?
Because there is nothing to complement each other. Nothing to where, we could say, I could not bounce an idea off of you or challenge your thinking because we were both exactly the same. Does that make sense?
I do see at that point. I was thinking the opposite on that. Okay. Where if we were the same, you're thinking of, hey, I want to conquer A, B, and C. And I'd be like, yeah, conquer that. That'd be great for you. Because I also could see myself conquering that A, B, and C and approaching it the same way.
Okay. That's valid.
So first question you asked was, why do opposite personalities attract in so many ways? I'm curious, what is your personality? Without going through like that personality test, what is your personality?
My personality is, depending on the situation. I feel like I'm more, again, depending on the situation, I become a lot more dramatic than you are about the situation. Depending on what it is, like you're laid back, I'm like, but what if, and blah, 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 blah. And you have the more laid back approach. For example,
yeah, I was gonna ask.
Por ejemplo.
Give me your example, please.
So last evening, our children went out to have fun. The last communication that I got, we are going to the Skins game. Okay, so, and I don't think you were at home. something happened. But anyway.
Oh, at the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 11 o'clock, and I'm like, where are our kids? That game should have been over. It's 11 o'clock, and they haven't called, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, as a mother, I need to know that my babies are safe and all this. And you're like, well, instead of, I'm frantic, but you're calm, and you're like, okay, so what you're saying is we need better communication, and these are the steps that we need to take in order for them to fix this in the future, instead of me being like, you're more even keeled, and I am, and level-headed, and I'm, again, more dramatic.
So what would you have done had I not been there to be even killed?
Calling and fussing and all the things.
I'm still trying to comprehend where the personality is different, because I think that you're calm, right?
That's why I prefaced it by saying it depends on the situation. There are some situations where I am calm, but there are some situations, and you know this, you be like, you're doing too much.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, you being there to balance it out, or balance me out, I should say, I think is very helpful in our relationship.
Okay. How often do you think we balance each other like that?
Every day.
Every day? Hold on. Okay, say more.
It's always something. Like, okay, me and dealing with the drama that happens at school.
Okay.
Like, or I would have a situation where a parent, I'm just like, this, I'm like, why are they doing that? Or, or maybe a coworker. What? And you are like, well, look at it from this perspective. But I'm all up in my feelings, because I'm like, I did everything to, help this kid, or, whatever. And you always say, well, just look at it from this side. And I'm like, Arr!
So my question to you then is that a personality issue or a personality trait that both of us have? Or is that just experience? Like the example you just mentioned, you said that I look at things from a different perspective with the parent. Is that just my calming personality, or is that just my years of experience in education?
Both.
Say more.
Because you have, based on experience, you've probably gone through something like that. But even if you went through something like that, your calm personality or spirit, you didn't go off on the person, or so that's why I say it's both. You've had the experience, but your personality, your calm personality, would not let you go off or handle it a different way.
Okay. So then I guess my question would be, do you have a calming personality? If it were to be a scale, one side of it is be extra dramatic. I'll use your language that you said earlier. Be extra dramatic is on one side of the scale. Be not extra dramatic on the other side. Where does that balance fall for you.
But here's the thing. I usually, don't you agree that I usually will bounce an idea or bounce something off of you because how do I say this? Professionally, I would never go off on anybody.
Agreed. Plus, that's just not your personality anyway. Your personality,
Correct.
Your personality isn't. Your personality is more regal than it is. I'm gonna go off and do the hands and like, girl, that's not you.
Yes, I agree. But internally, the hood
Really
is in me. So I usually bounce an idea off of you and say, how would you handle this? Because my response, I never want my response to come off as rude. So I'll say, Jay, this is what happened. You know, I'll tell you what happened. And then you will share, you'll say, okay, let's think through this. You know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, yes, that would. Does that make sense?
it does. I think that's where my internal struggle happens. So let's, for example, the other day we went to Sprout. Tell me the story.
Okay, because I'm like,
yeah, because I'm trying to see something. Go ahead.
So I come out of Sprouts
Mm-hmm.
and I notice that this car is parked awfully close to my front bumper. So before I get in the car, I go up and I'm looking and I'm like, this car is way over the line. So I get back in my car and I'm doing something else and I look up and this guy's in his car. And I just give him the stankiest look, like, you know, you crossed this line.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was doing something on my phone. So anyway, I look up and I see that he is going into the store, but then I look in my rearview mirror and notice that he is taking a picture of my license plate. And I'm like, what in the world? So he goes in the store. I was like, oh, he wants to play that game. So I got out of my car and I took a picture of his raggedy car crossing the line, almost hitting my car, and I took a picture of his license plate. So he's yelling from the store, is there a problem? Is there a problem? And I said, you took a picture of my license plate, so I'm taking a picture of yours. Well, I see that I've gone over the line, and I can see how you would assume that I hit your car. He was like, don't you want to talk about this? I said, I do not. And I got back in my car.
Okay.
That's it. End scene.
And scene. So then, personality-wise, you didn't go off, right?
No, I did not go off on him. Internally, I was like, if
you
this
beat him up,
sapsucker,
you put hands on him internally.
Because I always think about who is watching me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if I go off on this man and I cuss this dude out,
Right.
like,
It's gonna look bad on you
Yes.
because then it's gonna look bad on black women. It's gonna look
Correct.
bad on the black race.
correct.
We're at a store where there are blacks that shop there, but the majority of the people who shop there are not people of color, so I could see how it would look bad on you and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But even with that, your experience versus your personality, you wanted, you wasn't gonna fight anyway. That's
No,
not
I don't
you.
fight people.
That's not you. But your experience says, let me just get out the situation, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
And then what did I do?
you called,
I called you.
but was the calling to confirm what you were already thinking?
Probably.
Why was the call on? Well, why did you call me?
Because I needed an ally. I needed an ally. And I needed you to affirm me.
So you already had your answers, and you already had your thoughts, and you already had your things. You just needed confirmation to say you are doing your things and your stuff right. Correct?
Sure. Hey, I'm dancing. Why am I dancing, baby?
Why are you dancing, baby?
Because I just had some good food.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you get the good food from?
It's called the Hive Eatery, located in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, indeed.
Oh my God.
It is right next to UCO, literally pretty much on campus of UCO. Right where Cane's and Chick-fil-A and Target and all of that is. What I did not know until right now, after talking to our server, black-owned business, baby.
Well, I knew that.
You knew that?
Yes.
Okay. Black-owned business indeed. And when we tell you the good eats, we mean the good eats.
Now that I know this is a black-owned business, can we get some more greens? Just put it on the tab. Let's get one more order. Yeah, let's try. Yeah. You can't eat everybody's greens. I'm just saying, you can't eat everybody's greens. Now that we heard it, black-owned business, you can talk to for yourself. Okay, now that I know that this is black-owned business, let's put some more greens on there and see what we got.
Black-owned business, pretty much like a brunch item type of thing.
Yes. So I believe it's open from like 7 to 2 p.m. 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
They have all kinds of things. Of course, we're vegetarians.
Yeah.
I mean, they have something for us.
Mm-hmm.
The server just said that their top seller is shrimp and grits, and also chicken and waffles.
Yeah, we just had pancakes. Pancakes are delicious.
Roasted potatoes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Vegan, it was Impossible meat options for us vegetarians. So I got Impossible sausage. We got our to-go order right here to take home. So I did an Impossible burger.
Because when I eat it later,
they have greens.
Have greens, baby.
We're excited about this. Yeah. So the Hive Eatery, located in Edmond. Come check them out.
Yes. Oh, hey, honey.
I should have known now that I just thought that was a play on the word hive.
It probably is.
But it's got a double entendre of some soul in it.
Double entendre? Ooh.
Yeah.
Double entendre. Ooh.
Thanks a lot. See you later. Okay, now that we are back in the car from our great brunch, going back to the topic at hand. Since we are opposite personalities, was my opposite personality what attracted you to me or me to you?
You're attracted to yourself?
I'm attracted to myself.
You have to love yourself
I
first.
know I'm sexy.
Sexy and unholy. I would not, because growing up, my dad was very military, just, if you've experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. So he was not a calm person by nature. So I think I needed something that was different from that. So I think that's what attracted, one of the things that were attractive about you. So I needed that yin to yang.
Do you think yin yang or yin to yang relationships work better than people who are like-minded and have the same personalities?
I can only speak for us, because I feel like everybody's different. What works for us does not work for everybody else.
True.
So for us, I believe that our yin and yang vibe works. That's all I have to say about that.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Your second thing that we were going to unpack was what were the things that tick you off? What personality traits tick you off about me or about you? And then what things were really great about each other?
The first thing I thought about is you are an absolute planner. Like, you plan things down to the millisecond. However, I have just here in the last, I'm going to say 5 years, I've really begun to value planning, like long-term planning. Like, I can plan something for the short term. Like I say, I can plan for the week. But like, you plan trips and what we're doing and like every little detail you plan out. What about you? What do you want me to do?
What I love about you as far as personality, you are always regal.
Ooh. Say more.
Like, all the homies who I talk to, all the people who I meet, they always start off and they say, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And then the second thing they always say, because I mean, of course you're beautiful.
Thank you.
But the second thing that they always say is like, she has this presence about her. Like, I'm serious. I'm not lying either. I mean, I ain't got a lie for the gram. But like, you got this presence about you, and they always lift that up. Like, oh my, she's just so regal. And then some of our non-melanated brothers and sisters, when they try to voice what they see in you, about you, your characteristics, and they can't say the word regal, or they don't know how to share it, they'll say something like, you know, like Michelle Obama.
I'll take Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
So, yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Obama.
They see how Mrs. Obama carries herself, and she goes high and not low, and how she has a terrible poker face.
Man, can you imagine? Look. I think that is a great comparison, because I feel like Michelle Obama is very regal on the outside, but those conversations that she has with Barack behind closed doors.
Southside Chicago, for real. Oh yeah, she's Southside Chicago. It's there.
So I compare that to me, because
you got hood in you. Is that what you're saying? You got hood in you?
When we're at home and having these conversations, like, I can get a little
hoodly,
as my niece says.
But yeah, a lot of the people, I love the regalness about you. Because if you're regal and then I'm hanging with you, it makes me look good. Like, okay. I've also had people say, "How did you get her?"
Ooh, now that's a compliment.
And I reply, it depends on who the person is. If it is a person that I don't know, I'll reply with, "I ask myself that every day." If it's somebody that I know, I'd be like, "How did I get her? How did she get me?" Shoot, I'm the greatest gift that you've ever, you know.
We are talking about the greater good.
Greater good. I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
I'll just kind of play to it that way. That's one of the personality traits I love about you.
Okay. Let's talk things that get on your nerves. What is one thing that I do that gets on your nerves? I know there's many. Right now we're just talking one. What's one thing that I do that just gets on your nerves?
am not accustomed to arguing for the sake of arguing. Now, I read some good research, and it says the people who argue are normally the people who did not have a voice when they were little and young, and the only time they got to have a voice when they were little or young was to argue. So when they become adults, they argue because they feel like they are losing part of their voice. And since
psychoanalysis?
since they are now adults, they don't want to re-lose that, if make up a word. So they argue for the sake of arguing, just because that's a way that I can connect with you. Like I connected with you when I was little, and I argued with my mom, my dad, my friends, because I felt we were connected in the argument. So that's just not how I was raised.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying you like to argue for the sake of arguing.
Give an example.
You and your daughter, you all just like to start a debate.
She's not our daughter?
You all start a debate just to start a debate, and then y'all keep fighting and keep playing around, and then it gets serious, and now y'all both mad at each other. But y'all started it because y'all was arguing. It makes no sense.
Okay.
None whatsoever. I get it, but it makes no sense.
Okay.
What is one of the pet peeves about me?
When I feel like, not when I feel like, when it appears that you think that your way is the best way. Like there's no other contributions, but it's like what you say is the way that it's supposed to be, and because you view it that way, that's how everybody's supposed to be. Not wrong.
If I'm a great planner, which you said, then that means that I have done the Doctor Strange looped through all of the universe. In my brain, I've analyzed every possible outcome and every possible decision and every possible way to do things. And the one that I choose is the one that I think would be the most effective.
So in other words, you're saying, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No. I'm using your voice.
I know I'm not wrong. There are several different ways to get to
let's go to the second one. You don't like to be wrong. You have a hard time being wrong.
Okay. I'm receiving that. In conclusion, characteristics do matter. Sometimes the opposites do attract. Sometimes being like-minded attracts as well. Whatever works for you in your relationship works for you in your relationship. And
as long as you are working to meet a common goal.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And so the areas in which I am weak, Danielle is really strong in, and
vice versa.
Cakers, in our previous episode, we didn't get a chance to share a foreplay game with you all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Said with. Yay!
I'm gonna be honest with you all. We were tired. Life was happening. This time around, we'll make sure we throw it in there for you, and we'll keep that party rocking. All right.
All right. Until next time. Cake on cakers.
Today's game is called Shake 'em Up, Shake 'em Up, Shake 'em Up, Shake 'em.
Roll them in a circle, our homies, and watch me break them with the seven.
The way that this game is played, you first got to get some dice, and then each number on the dice accounts for one of us. And then we write down 6 different things we want done to us. The materials that you will need for this game, of course, you're going to need pen, paper, or anything that you could put some notes on. You'll need some dice, and then, of course, like I'm old school, so I've got the box. And the way we're going to do it, we're just going to roll the dice in the box. Whatever that number correlates to, that's what we got to do. Here's the key. If it is a 6 and a 2. Whatever the number 6 is on your paper and the 2 on your paper, you've got to do both at the same time.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. Shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. 1 and 6. Kiss my neck while rubbing my shoulders. All right, here we go. Round 2.
4 and 2.
Affirmations. Tell me how much you love me. And 2, foot massage. And that is shake 'em up, shake 'em. Some alternative ways that you can play this game. You can get as kinky as you want with those 6 choices. Or depending on your woman or your spouse's or your partner's love language, you can do any of those other love languages. So if number 1 was washing dishes,
get to busting them subs.
Yeah. Tell us how you like it. This game is called Shake 'em Up, Shake 'em Up, Shake 'em Up, Shake 'em.
Hey Cakers, this game is called Mirror Mirror. The purpose of this game is to make eye contact with your lover. Here's how the game is played. Your partner has to do everything that the first partner did in 1 minute. Again, you are going to make eye contact. You're going to use as many touches, kisses, all the things as you want. Take score, because at the end of 1 minute, if you can't mimic what your partner did, the other partner gets a point. And the loser has to do something kinky for your partner. So whether you win or you lose, it's a win-win
You still
situation.
winning, yo. Hey, you still winning.
Try it out. Tell us what you think.
Cake on, Cakers.
Cake on, Cakers. What you do, pronounce this one word every time.
What-
It grinds my gears.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
What word is
I
it?
have no idea. What is the word that grinds your gears?
You say the word with instead of with. Why are you acting surprised? You know I say that every time.
Yes.
The word is with.
I believe that I say it so fast,
No.
you don't hear the diphthong TH blend.
Well, I need you to enunciate.
So I will slow down and I will share the word with excellence.
You don't have to spit. Just say with.
You got me. Did I spit right there for real?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute.